एंटरटेनमेंट का रेवोल्यूशन।
Good evening and welcome to the news. First, let us take a look at the headlines. Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong defends Meghalaya labour licensing process, says labour falls under state government's jurisdiction. BSF Meghalaya frontier conducts vulnerability mapping along Indo-Bangladesh border. GHADC Deputy CEM justifies Rajabala market evictions, says drive targeted illegal settlers occupying public property. Union Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu highlights rapid expansion of India's aviation network. And India clinches 9-wicket victory over Australia in final ODI at Sydney. First, we bring to you the local news. Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong has refuted KHADC CEM Winston Tony Lingdor's claim that the state is wrongly issuing labour licenses to non-tribal workers. Tinsong clarified that under paragraph 12A of the 6th schedule, labour is not a subject under the schedule and falls under the state government's jurisdiction. He cited that the 2019 Labour Act makes it mandatory for all workers to obtain state-issued licenses and explained that applications are screened by the Labour Department and verified by police before licenses are issued.
Paragraph 12A of the 6th schedule, the Constitution of India. I think I would request those leaders leading the EC, they need to read properly. And number two, in 2019 we passed this Labour Act. We did that also just because of one issue. The labour subject of labour does not fall under the 6th schedule. Therefore, state government ultimately passed the bill and now it became an act where the labour license has to be issued by the state government.
The BSF Meghalaya frontier has conducted vulnerability mapping along the border to prevent cross-border crime and intrusions from Bangladesh. BSF IGOP Upadhyaya said the overall border situation is satisfactory, though conditions in Bangladesh remain sensitive. He added that the force is using technological surveillance in vulnerable areas and coordinating closely with the Bangladesh border guard to address any illegal activities, despite some noticeable shifts in local attitudes across the border.
We are putting some advanced surveillance equipment all along the borders, and we are giving more importance to the sensitive patches and vulnerable patches. So this is a quite robust mechanism, and a detailed analysis is being undertaken, and on the basis of the inputs and on the basis of the crime pattern, we are deputing our troops and our resources, and we are trying to control the situation, and by and large we are successful in controlling the transporter crimes.
BSF Meghalaya IG OP Upadhyaya is set to recommend to the central government that more recruitment drives be held in Meghalaya and its border areas. The recent drive saw overwhelming participation with over 25,000 applications received. Around 15,000 candidates appeared for the physical efficiency test and approximately 7,000 qualified for the written examination. IG Upadhyaya added that the results are expected to be announced soon.
Boys and girls, they have participated in physical examination test and physical screening test, and more than 7,000 boys have qualified for the written test. So they have appeared for the written test, and we are in the advanced process of declaring the results. And I'm very glad that this participation from the state of Meghalaya is really encouraging. And I'm very happy that the young boys and girls are ready to contribute for the national security from Meghalaya.
Ribhoi Police launched a strict traffic drive along NH6 from Birnihat to Jorabat to curb rising accidents caused by reckless driving and illegal parking. Led by Ribhoi Superintendent of Police V.S. Rathore, several vehicles were fined for overspeeding, drunk driving and improper parking. The SP warned the roadside parking, especially by trucks, is now banned, and violators, including dhaba owners, will face strict penalties. He urged public cooperation to ensure road safety.
Today we selected the Birnihat to Jorabat sector of NH6, in which a common complaint is there from all and sundry in Meghalaya, including general public, the bureaucracy, the police officers, the political executive. Everyone says and points out that because these trucks are illegally parked on the highway and they are blocking almost more than half of one lane of the highway, a lot of vehicles get stuck. The road is free in the backside and in the front, but this small stretch of roughly 5 to 7 kilometers, this gets blocked and choked because of these illegally parked trucks. The main reason is there is a no entry being enforced in Guwahati since morning till evening, and that is the reason why trucks are parked here.
Nigman C.H. Marak, the Deputy Chief Executive Member of the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council, has defended the recent eviction drive at Rajabala Bazaar, stating it targeted illegal settlers occupying public property. He said notices had been issued since 2023, but the occupants failed to comply. He stressed the market is for public use and evicted shops will be legally sold. Earlier, Rajabala MLA Mizanur Rahman Qazi raised concerns over alleged lapses in the process, but Marak affirmed the council's authority and urged support for legal businesses.
I have summoned them to my office in the year 2023 and I have given an order to them to vacate the places because it is under the district council marketplace, and marketplace is a public place. No one can take over the marketplace and make this individual property. So we had conduct an inquiry, we caused an inquiry, and we seen them that they are illegally occupying our public property. So we have issued notice several times starting from 2023, but they are not in a position, or they don't hesitate our older. They don't respect our older. That is why after so many years we could done this drastic action.
The Executive Committee of the Khasi Jaintia Deficit School Teachers Association, along with various units in the Khasi Jaintia Hills, held a meeting today to discuss the appointment of full-fledged leaders following the decision of the current leadership to step down. Speaking to reporters, Pro Tem Chairman of the association, Kular Kongjiram, said a general meeting will be held on November 1st, 2025 to seek approval from teachers for the new leadership of the association.
Keputusan Mentah Resmi Jongke Electoral College Misalnya saya katakan general meeting kapan approve, kapan confirm penonton scan ya ini dinungkan. Once the general meeting approve, ila kelalon di full-fledged officer kinsa function kinsa trekam mo tete nadu kelakon scan ka officer ila long di new body jongka association. Ngasa jila sia kita te ibe isu ibun ma rafi ang isu di gabung tangga ngimnum disclose tentang iba kita sudah hentam di deficit ilai te nrei ngim yikren ha den jong kasitari bala long full fledged officer yang gumnu hilong ad hoc kia kren start tentang kamdeng tentang.
Meghalaya observed the 35th death anniversary of late Captain Williamson A. Sangma, the state's first chief minister and GHADC's first CEM at GHADC premises in Tura. The ceremony included a Rashtriya salute, floral tributes and prayers. Leaders remembered Captain Sangma's role in uniting tribal communities and preserving their rights and culture. In their addresses, leaders paid tribute to Captain Sangma's vision and his pivotal role in the creation of GHADC and the unification of the tribal communities across the Northeast. They described him as a statesman who fought to preserve tribal identity, culture and rights.
He was a first political leader, so can say in the present form. His ideas, his leadership cannot be forgotten. We should all remember his leadership quality because he combined all the leaders of the Northeast, from the Mizoram, from the Nagaland, from Khasi, Jaintia, Mikir, even from North Kacharis, now we call it the Dimaso. So all these tribals come together because of the great leader Captain W.S. Sangma. He was also the president of GNC in Garo Hills. At the same time, he was also the leader of all the Northeast.
मन की बात है जन जन की, संघर्षों के कुछ किस्से, कहानी कुछ सफलताओं की, अनकही विरासत की, उम्मीदें नए भारत की। महीने के आखिरी रविवार का रहता है इंतजार। मलयाचल के आंचल से विंध्याचल के आंगन तक, ब्रह्मपुत्र के घाट से हिमालय के विस्तार तक होती है मन की बात प्रधानमंत्री के साथ। तो सुनिए इस महीने 26 अक्टूबर सुबह 11 बजे मन की बात आकाशवाणी और दूरदर्शन के सभी चैनलों पर और प्रसार भारती के OTT प्लेटफॉर्म वेव्स पर सजीव प्रसारण लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग के माध्यम से। मन की बात के प्रादेशिक भाषाओं में अनुवाद का पुनः प्रसारण आप सुन सकते हैं रात 8 बजे आकाशवाणी और दूरदर्शन के सभी प्रादेशिक चैनलों पर। तो याद रखें, रविवार 26 अक्टूबर सुबह 11 बजे मन की बात। एक जमाने से कहानी है सुना रही आकाशवाणी, फिर आया एंटरटेनमेंट का रेवोल्यूशन, जब कोने कोने पहुंचा दूरदर्शन। कहानी नहीं बदली, स्टाइल गया है बदल। जो कहानियां हम सुनते आए देखते आए, अब वही वैसी ही कहानी सुनाएगा डिजिटल।
Download Waves OTT app now and watch for free.
Welcome back, viewers. A legal awareness program on the POCSO Act 2012 and the Child Marriage Act was held today at Sacred Heart Secondary School, Mindi Hatti, organized by the District Legal Services Authority, East Janta Hills under the Meghalaya State Legal Services Authority. The session was part of the Ghar Ghar Mein Nyay Ki Jagriti campaign. Participants were urged to report any abuse or early marriage, emphasizing that safeguarding children is a shared societal responsibility. The first block-level Chief Minister's Youth Engagement Programme 2025 themed Empower Youth, Empower Meghalaya concluded on Friday at La Turke Village, East Janta Hills. Organized by the District Sports Officer in collaboration with the Block Development Office, Saipung, the two-day event featured quizzes, declamation, painting, poetry, science, mela, folk performances and talent shows. A total of 106 participants, including students and community members, competed for 25 trophies. The program aimed at personal development, community building, and promoting cultural exchange, particularly among remote villages. Now in Northeast news. Indian Railways has arranged over 12,000 special trains this festive season, up from 7,500 last year, to handle the rush during Diwali and Chhat Puja. The North Frontier Railway is operating 620 trains from stations like Guwahati, Katihar and Dibrugarh to destinations across Bihar, Howrah and Amritsar. Major stations have special holding areas, enhanced security with RPF, CCTV and drones, and additional ticket counters and vending machines to ensure a safe and smooth journey for passengers.
और भारतीय रेल के अन्य जोन्स के साथ साथ जो पूर्वोत्तर सीमांत रेलवे हैं, ये भी कुल 620 स्पेशल ट्रेनों का परिचालन इसमें कर रही है। और इसमें जो पूर्वोत्तर के अलग अलग इलाके हैं, चाहे वो कटिहार हो, न्यू जलपाईगुड़ी हो, गुवाहाटी, नारंगी, कामाख्या, डिब्रूगढ़, अगरतला, सिलचर, ऐसे स्टेशनों से ये स्पेशल ट्रेनों का प्रावधान किया गया है, जो कि हावड़ा तक, सोनपुर तक, आपके बिहार के अलग अलग जो स्टेशंस है वहां तक ये ट्रेनें चलेंगी। अमृतसर तक के लिए भी ट्रेन का प्रावधान किया गया है। तो इन ट्रेनों से जो ये यात्री हैं जो कि इन त्योहारों में घर जा रहे हैं या घर से वापस आ रहे हैं, उनके लिए ये सुविधाजनक होगा।
Department of Tourism, Government of Nagaland organized the Autumn Festival in Delhi, serving as a prelude to the 26th Hornbill Festival. The cultural event showcased traditional crafts, weaves and handmade items, highlighting heritage and supporting rural livelihoods. The festival was attended by Delhi Minister Kapil Mishra, Union Minister Jitendra Singh and Nagaland Tourism Minister Temjen Imna Along. The dignitaries praised the initiative for promoting culture, community and sustainability. Attendees enjoyed a vibrant celebration filled with colors, flavors and performances reflecting the rich traditions of Nagaland. Moving on to national news. Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda has lauded AIIMS New Delhi for its leadership in healthcare, innovation and medical training. Speaking at AIIMS' 50th convocation, he said India now has 819 medical colleges, with undergraduate seats rising from 51,000 to 1.29 lakh and postgraduate seats to nearly 78,000. He also highlighted AIIMS' achievements in AI-driven diagnostics, robotic surgery training and pioneering procedures like dual kidney and renal auto transplants.
Some 326 medical students are going to take degrees. I congratulate all of them for attaining this degree and for getting this degree and the hard work and the perseverance which you have all put in. I'm also happy to note that AIIMS has established itself as a leader in the AI-driven diagnostics and robotic surgery training. I congratulate for taking this initiative and now being the leader in diagnostics and robotic surgery training. This is something which we have to appreciate. I'm also told that it is in the India that for the first time in India that AIIMS has done the groundbreaking procedures for dual kidney transplant and renal auto transplant.
The Civil Aviation Ministry has highlighted major progress in India's aviation sector, with several new airports and terminals inaugurated over the past 16 months. Union Minister of Civil Aviation Ram Mohan Naidu says these developments reflect a rapidly evolving aviation ecosystem under the Prime Minister's leadership. Naidu said this after inaugurating the newly refurbished Terminal 2 of IGI Airport in New Delhi. He added that the government aims to make air travel more accessible for lower and middle-income groups while ensuring world-class passenger services and a seamless travel experience for all.
And I'm very proud to say that aviation ecosystem is one way leading the way as a gateway. That because when you want to look at India, a person coming from outside, the first thing he will see is the airports itself. He's not going to see Taj Mahal directly. What he's seeing, the experience of India that he is getting is from the airports itself. And they have been very, very impressive, especially in the last 10 to 11 years. The kind of experience we have created, the kind of legacy, the history, the culture that we tried to bring into that aviation and especially our airports has created a very positive impact in giving us that boost that is required for Viksit Bharat. And with GMR's steadfast commitment to building caring gateways to a connected world, Delhi Airport has emerged as the 9th busiest globally airport and has been recognized as the best airport in Asia Pacific for 7 consecutive years.
Now in international news. In Ukraine, 1 person was killed and 10 others injured after Russian missiles and drones struck Kyiv overnight. City officials say the attacks damaged homes, cars and a kindergarten and caused several fires. Ukraine's Air Force reports shooting down 4 of 9 missiles and 50 of 62 drones launched across the country, but confirmed multiple hits on targets nationwide. US President Donald Trump has departed for Asia to attend the Asian Summit in Malaysia. He's set to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping to discuss ending the ongoing trade war and possible tariff rollbacks. Trump also hinted at a meeting with North Korea leader Kim Jong-un, who has expressed openness to talks if Washington eases its denuclearization demands. In Malaysia, Trump is expected to sign a new trade deal and witness a peace accord between Thailand and Cambodia.
Coming to South Korea, if he'd like to meet, I'm open to it, certainly. We had a very... Yeah, I'd do it. I mean, if you want to put out the word, I'm open to it. You know, they don't have a lot of telephone service. They have a lot of nuclear weapons, but not a lot of telephone service. So I'm open to it. I had a great relationship with them, and he probably knows I'm coming, right? But you want to put out the word, I'm open to it.
Do you expect to touch it all before this trip?
Really, there's not a lot of ways other than the internet. You know, they have very little telephonic service, and but he knows I'm coming, and he would. Yeah, I'd be open to it 100%. I got along.
In sports news. Thomas Jones Senior High Secondary School and Tom Memorial Secondary School won the Inter-School Basketball Tournament 2025. The 4-day event at Kiang Nangba Stadium featured 6 boys teams and 2 girls team. In the finals, Thomas Jones Senior High Secondary School beat Tom Memorial 44-28, while Tom Memorial Girls won 43-14 against JNB Girls High Secondary School. The ceremony was attended by Lamprang Poktai, the DSO Krubok Pasa, and officials from the West Giant District Sports Association. The Ranji Trophy 2025-26 plate group match between Meghalaya and Sikkim began today at the cricket ground in Shillong. Meghalaya won the toss and elected to field first. When reports last came in, Sikkim had scored 203 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in the first innings. At the inaugural ceremony, Meghalaya Cricket Association President Naba Bhattacharjee emphasized that winning and losing are part of the game, but true sportsmanship should always be upheld. Match officials were also felicitated during the opening event.
Winning or losing is part of life, a part of particularly integral part of sports. But I think what is more important is to maintain the fraternity and uphold the spirit of the game of cricket, which is very, very important. Because finally, the cricket has to be victorious.
India concluded their tour of Australia with a commanding 9-wicket victory in the third and final ODI at the Sydney Cricket Ground today. Chasing a target of 237, India reached 237 with 1 wicket in 38.3 overs, with Rohit Sharma scoring an unbeaten 121 and Virat Kohli contributing 74. The only wicket to fall was Shubman Gill. Earlier, Australia posted 236 all out in 46.4 overs. This victory, though in a series already decided, provided a morale boost for India ahead of the upcoming T20 series. Now for the weather report. First, let us take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 31 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature 21 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 77%. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature 13 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 73%. Meanwhile, in Jawai, minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature 15 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 75%. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jawai says dry weather is most likely to occur. And before we wind up, here are the headlines once again. Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong defends Meghalaya Labour licensing process, says Labour falls under state government's jurisdiction. BSF Meghalaya Frontier conducts a vulnerability mapping along Indo-Bangladesh border. GHADC Deputy CEM justifies Rajabala market evictions, says drive targeted illegal settlers occupying public property. Union Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu highlights rapid expansion of India's aviation network. And India clinches a 9-wicket victory over Australia in final ODI at Sydney. That's all we have in the news for today. Do join us again tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Until then, have a good night.